I don't know why he would say that. So
think you've seen entitled behavior? You haven't seen anything until you've witnessed Florida Karens in action. From outrageous demands to shocking meltdowns that could only happen in the Sunshine State.
Okay, blah, 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 blah.
You are driving without a license.
I don't have to have a license.
From public meltdowns to instant karma, these encounters are as shocking as they are entertaining.
It's fun too. It's really fun.
Oh, going to jail is fun.
You won't believe how quickly things escalate when the camera's watching.
I'm sorry, but you need to lose your license.
We gotta start with our first Karen, whose excessive drinking fell into entitled behavior, property damage, and chaos within her community.
No, go ahead. I'll taser. Go ahead. What are you doing? What are you trying me? What are you doing? What are you doing?
On April 15th, 2024, police were dispatched to the scene of a vehicle accident in Surfside. Upon arrival, they discovered two vehicles involved in what appeared to be a minor fender bender. A Spanish-speaking woman at the scene continued speaking in Spanish despite the officer explaining he did not understand her language. She was later identified as 25-year-old Karen Monroy DeLeon. The language barrier made communication difficult.
Asilo. Asilo político. Asilo. No, proceso. Mi proceso de asilo. No, estoy en proceso de asilo. ¿Viendo las llaves de mi carro?
I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know why you're still telling me in Spanish.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. Agente. Question. Ven, vamos.
As Karen's aggressive behavior only increased the tension. Officers tried various tactics to de-escalate the situation, but things took a dramatic turn when she made the reckless choice to grab one of the officers.
No problem.
You scuffed the car.
You, one moment. It's on him. I wanna
No, that's not how it works.
He's so
Don't you ever grab a cop like that again, bro. Give me that.
After successfully restraining the suspect, Officer Cologne tried a different approach to the situation and understanding the reasons behind her erratic behavior. Soon after, backup arrived to assist with the arrest. Despite the increased police presence, Karen's entitled behavior continued, adding more chaos to an already difficult situation.
I'll taser. Go ahead. What are you doing? What are you trying me? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
No
doing?
me pueden arrestar. Eso es ilegal.
33, start the units on the 2.
No me pueden arrestar.
However, the officers stayed professional and focused, not letting her challenging attitude interfere with their duties. Following protocol, they conducted a thorough check before securing her in the patrol car. Karen was eventually handcuffed and placed into the police vehicle, but not without further resistance when she escalated the situation by kicking an officer during the process.
Quiero un ahogado. Quiero mi ahogado.
Before she gets in.
Pocket on the right. Quiero un ahogado. Quiero un ahogado. Quiero mi ahogado. Quiero mi ahogado. Fucking mal parió negro.
She was subsequently taken into custody by the Surfside Police Department, where she faced the consequences of her actions. After placing her in the police vehicle, the officers made an alarming discovery. While securing the scene, officers made a shocking discovery of a large kitchen knife lying on the driver's seat. But that was just the start. A later police report revealed even more troubling items during their search of Karen's vehicle: multiple knives and 2 empty bottles of alcohol. These findings provided a clearer picture of the chaotic situation and added to her growing legal troubles. Karen Monroy DeLeon faced multiple charges, including DUI, resisting arrest, battery on a law enforcement officer, felony property damage, and driving without a valid license. With such serious offenses, she'll likely spend her sober days reflecting on her actions behind bars. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life encounters captured on camera. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Case number 2. The incident unfolded around 7:30 p.m. in a McDonald's parking lot in St. Augustine, where deputies stopped Alexandria Mason. What started as a routine encounter soon became an unforgettable chain of events.
You drive off. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
I too, pit.
The deputy ran a check on 42-year-old Alexandria Mason and discovered that she was wanted in Citrus County, Florida on a felony warrant for drug charges. As another deputy arrived to assist, the situation quickly took a turn and things started to get a little messed up.
Hey ma'am, how you doing? Boy, wanted out. Hey, do you have your driver's license and registration on? Are you the RO of this vehicle? Can you state your name? Are you Alexandra? Is that?
That's my ID number.
Okay.
You're not allowed to stop me.
I am, because you matched the description of a wanted fugitive, okay?
Okay, well, I'm not wanted.
When asked if she had any medical issues, the suspect claimed to suffer from a wide range of health problems. Alexandria seemed to realize what the deputies are up to and decided it was time to make a run for it.
I have such a blood disorder. I came this way because I was looking for my daughter. It's a long story. I really can't talk about it.
Yeah. Hey, can you step out the car for me, please?
No, I'm not.
Oh, hold on.
I was given a party last
Tell me what you got, bro. Let's do this. Mika, why don't you bring your car up here? I want to get some paperwork out of that car. Bring your car up here to the front so I can look at it.
Alexandria bolted out of the parking lot and the chase was on. Deputies soon found themselves chasing Alexandria along I-95, where she reportedly hit speeds of over 120 miles per hour. She used the shoulder to escape one deputy, and before long,
Don't you drive off.
No,
Don't
I'm
you
driving.
do it. Don't you do it.
the Florida Highway Patrol joined the pursuit as she crossed into nearby Duval County. Moments later, another trooper arrived and attempted a pit maneuver to stop Alexandria. However, she managed to escape the attempt to stop once again. But it didn't take long before the troopers are back on her, determined to bring the high-speed chase to an end. Aerial support joined the chase, capturing a bird's-eye view of the high-speed pursuit as it unfolded. The intense chase eventually came to a screeching halt, but not before Alexandria caused major damage. The chaos finally ended.
I too, pit.
Leaving a clear track of destruction behind. Deputies and troopers wasted no time catching up with Alexandria. She was quickly restrained, placed under arrest, and escorted into a police vehicle. Her Miranda rights were read to her as the situation ended.
Just don't shove me. Just please don't shove me. I'm trying to pull my... I am.
It didn't take long before EMTs arrived to check on Alexandria. However, as expected, she continued making confusing statements about her various medical conditions. Alexandria claimed to have hit her head during the crash, prompting medics to load her onto a stretcher and transport her to the hospital for further evaluation.
My badge in there. I need to bring that with. It's right there in that pink bag. Please, it's the white wallet.
Let's deal with one thing at a time,
Yes, can you
please.
please though?
If you calm down, I will
I
take
am
that.
calm. I am. I told you. I have like I have like oh God, it's stuck to me. Sorry.
There you go.
Please bring my wallet, please. That's all I'm asking you. Please.
Just seconds after being taken out of the vehicle, deputies were once again confronted with the loudmouth Alexandria, who continued her aggressive behavior, though being in the hands of medical professionals. After Alexandria was transported to a nearby hospital, she was asked for a blood sample. According to the arrest report, she openly admitted, saying, "All you're going to find is meth. I do meth every day." Troopers conducted a thorough search of the vehicle and uncovered a stolen firearm, drug paraphernalia, various controlled substances, live ammunition, and spent casings. Alexandria was taken to the Duval County Jail and booked on multiple charges, including DUI, aggravated fleeing and eluding, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. She later pleaded guilty to these charges and was sentenced to 10 months in jail, followed by probation. With that being said, let's move on to our next case, but before that, make sure you're subscribed to Bodycam Reveal. Case 3. On March 30th, 2022, Deputy Christopher Witt of the Marion County Sheriff's Office responded to an incident involving 32-year-old Brandy. She had been reported for threatening individuals with a brick at Walmart in Florida.
Drop it now! Drop the knife! Drop the knife now!
Later, she escalated the situation by switching to a more dangerous weapon, a pocket knife. When Deputy Witt arrived at the scene, he found Brandy holding the knife. Despite being armed with his service weapon, Brandy refused to cooperate with commands to drop her weapon.
Put the knife down. Put it down. Put the knife down.
The officer was pointing his gun directly at her. Brandy seemed not concerned by the threat. To ensure control of the situation, the officer also had a taser ready, demonstrating his determination to handle the escalating tension if needed. Her lack of awareness in such a high-stakes moment was both surprising and deeply concerning. At this point, backup arrived, which diverted her attention from the initial officer. This brief distraction allowed him to secure his firearm and switch to his taser, choosing a non-lethal approach. However, in a standoff situation, lowering his gun without backup support would have been highly risky. Officer Christopher used the opportunity to deploy his taser. The officer's careful use of the taser showed the importance of adaptability in law enforcement.
Drop the knife now.
When dealing with unpredictable and potentially dangerous situations. With a quick and accurate deployment, the taser effectively restrained Brandy, delivering a jolt that temporarily immobilized her. This allowed officers to move in quickly, apply handcuffs, and take control of the situation. The decisive action ensured the officer's safety and prevented any further escalation. After the Walmart incident, Brandy was taken to a nearby hospital for evaluation. Tests confirmed that she had consumed over 4 grams of methamphetamine before her disturbing behavior in the store. For this incident, Brandy faced an additional charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a serious offense carrying a potential sentence of up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. On May 9th, 2023, at around 7 p.m., Mexico police officers arrested 30-year-old Desiree Ortega.
I don't know why he would say that. So go ahead and get up. Get in there.
While the suspect seems clearly at fault, this case raises an interesting question. Could her boyfriend, a police officer, have some connection to the events, as the drunk suspect suggests?
So we got a call for a 47. It was a black SUV with that license plate number. So the vehicle was parked right here. Okay, so I parked down there by the Key Energy to try to see the vehicle pull out so I can get observations of the vehicle, because we had a caller that didn't want contact. So at that time, somebody said that it may be a conflict for us. And then at that time, my mom pulled up next to her. She took off driving.
Bodycam footage shows a male police officer explaining the situation to a female officer who arrived late. They had received a complaint about a black SUV, but the caller didn't give many details and left the area. When the officers arrived, the driver refused to cooperate. However, as soon as Officer Ahmed arrived, she suddenly drove off. Her car didn't go far and hit the curb shortly after. When the officers managed to stop the car, they noticed a strong smell of alcohol inside.
Almost hitting that fence, and then a mod blocked her in, and then that's when I pulled up next to her. First thing I could smell is a strong odor of alcohol emitting from her.
Officers ensured the child was safe by handling them over to their grandmother. Desiree not only made the situation worse by driving under the influence, but also misbehaved with the officers at the scene. She scratched one officer's arm with her nails.
I don't know if you saw her, but she was scratching me. Did you see that? I saw your camera. So she started digging her nails at me. Intentional? Yeah. Okay, take some pictures of that.
Raising questions, is she acting this way because her boyfriend is a police officer? Or is there another reason behind her behavior? It seems like she's trying to take advantage of her boyfriend's position in the police force.
He said he f***ed you. I don't know why he would say that. Go ahead and get up.
When officers approached Desiree, who was already handcuffed and sitting in the patrol car, she asked the officer for her name. It was clear that Desiree knew some female officers, likely because her boyfriend was in the police. The officer asked why she was asking about Elisa, another female officer. This raised suspicion.
What's your name? It's Sanchez.
Elisa.
What is it?
Elisa.
No, that's a different officer. Is there something with that officer?
But such matters aren't handled casually in law enforcement. The officer pressed her to explain why she was asking about Elisa. She did comply with the officers when they asked her to get out of the car for further investigation, but that wasn't the end of it. What she did next was truly shocking. Her next words will surely make you angry.
The other car. Black one. Yeah.
Ready? You. Okay, no. God told me.
I don't know why he would say that. Go ahead and get
He
up.
said he f***ed you.
I don't know why he would say that. Go ahead and get up.
Okay.
Go ahead and get up.
No. Amon
Go
said
ahead
he
and get up. Go
You're
ahead and get up.
He told me.
Right now. Go ahead and get up.
No, Jasmine.
Go ahead and get up. I'm asking you to get in there, please.
All right. You just
Get up.
me as my. Okay.
Ready?
He told me.
Okay, get up.
Jasmine.
Okay, get up.
No, he told me.
Get up. Get in there.
He told. I will.
Taking advantage of her relationship with her boyfriend, she claimed that the officers dealing with her were subordinate to him. She then created a scene by refusing to get back into the vehicle. Later, the officers whose car she was using arrived at the scene. He fully allowed the officers to check and investigate the vehicle. During the search, they found bottles of alcohol in the front seat.
Hey, so it's your vehicle, right?
Yep.
Okay, do you mind if I look in it?
You do anything you need to do.
I just wanted to get your consent
No
before
free
I-
range. Have at it.
And if I take, like, the
Do
container or something, that's
whatever
fine.
you need to do. You have my full permission. Get after it.
The officers then asked her to take a breathalyzer test and explained the consequences if she refused. However, she threatened them with a video of her with her boyfriend, trying to intimidate the officers. Her actions showed a clear lack of respect for authority, from refusing to cooperate to threatening officers with a personal video involving her boyfriend. It raises an important question. Was she acting out of desperation, or did she genuinely believe she can manipulate the system because of her connections? Outside the police station, she initially refused to go inside, only agreeing after some pressure. It seemed she had a particular issue with the female officers there. When she saw one of them again, she refused to go inside and started making a fuss, adding more tension to the situation.
Twice. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you want to take the test or not? Okay, we're going to take that as a refusal then. So you want to take the test? Say yes if you want to take the test. Okay, open your mouth so we can see it and make sure nothing's in it. No, face me. I can't see in there.
Like many suspects, she tried to make an excuse to go home and get some rest. She even called Officer Victor by his name, acting as if the situation was casual and she could manipulate him. But she was wrong. The real reason she didn't want to take the test was that she knew if she did, she'd probably end up in jail. Still, everyone has to face the consequences of their actions, and there was no way for her to escape the situation she had put herself in.
So you're refusing to take the test? We can't take you home. No, we can't. So listen up. This is going to be the last time I tell you. You've already been read implied consent 5 times. Are you going to take the test or not? If you say anything other than a yes or a no, that's your answer is no. If you say yes, then we'll get you in here, we'll take the test. No, we're going. She's not doing.
I'm not doing anything.
So we're going in and take the test. So first of all, look, we're not going to argue. We can put you back in the unit and take you right to jail.
So we're the ones. She's just getting the door for us. She's just getting the door for us. We're just going there. We're going to do the test.
He's doing everything.
It's conflict.
So I'm going to run the test, Desiree. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go.
He's running it. I'm going to be like,
she's holding the door for us.
Go ahead.
She's holding the door.
I'm not going to be in there.
Her breathalyzer test result was 4 times the normal limit. As she was being transported to jail, she tried her best to humiliate the officers. She warned them that she knew everything that went on between the officers, as if she could use that to her advantage. It was disgusting. Attempts to intimidate them.
Breathe in real big. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right. All right, give it a second. It's going to ask for a second sample.
I cannot lose my...
Okay, we got one more test.
So, my ex-husband is on cocaine and everything. I cannot lose my kids. Don't listen to me. Don't.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you going to get out?
I need to go home.
You're not going to go home right now.
I have to.
All right.
Showing just how far she was willing to go to avoid facing the consequences of her actions, really. Later at the scene, the officer herself asked the suspect's boyfriend, who was also a police officer, what exactly had happened. He calmly and clearly explained every detail of the situation, giving a full account of what led up to the arrest. Desiree Ortega was charged with aggravated DUI, battery on a police officer, resisting arrest, reckless driving, child abuse, and an open container charge. Afterward, deputies made sure the baby was safe by checking with the grandmother to ensure the child was okay with her. And for the innocent lives caught in the chaos, there's always hope for a better tomorrow. Moving on to our second case, but before that, make sure you subscribe to Bodycam Reveal. Case number 2. On April 19th, 2024, at around 6:30 p.m., Florida police officers received a call about a drunken suspect named Julia Jones. This video might be disturbing for some viewers, as Julia's condition was completely out of her control.
Why are you here? Because we got a call about allegations of verbal disturbance going on. That's why we're here.
You're what?
We got a call about a verbal disturbance going on.
Okay.
Yeah,
as far as what? Show?
No.
No, that's not one thing. Okay.
Let me leave the premises?
No, ma'am.
No, no, no.
No, ma'am.
Oh.
Check this out. How about you come lean on this patrol car real quick, okay?
No.
Because you're falling over, okay?
She was highly intoxicated, and when you see it for yourself, you can't help but feel pity for her. You can see from the body cam footage that when the officer told Julia the reason for their presence, that they had received a call reporting her verbally abusing passers-by, her condition was clear. She couldn't stand properly or talk clearly. Despite this, she tried to defend herself, saying that she was the one being verbally abused.
So I'm being abused, but yet I'm going to get taken away.
We're not saying you're getting taken away. We're trying to find out what happened.
May I leave the premises?
No.
May I leave the premises?
No, no, no.
Ma'am.
Really?
Yeah, right now we're in the middle.
Why?
We're in the middle.
Why?
Ma'am.
We're right in the middle.
Julia was so drunk that she kept falling over. Of course, law enforcement couldn't let her go in this state, but she wanted to leave and started resisting arrest. It was clear from the way she spoke that she was extremely intoxicated, as she would sometimes start crying and then suddenly say things that sounded very funny. Officers handcuffed her immediately, But did you notice that she seemed to have some knowledge about law enforcement, even though she was highly intoxicated?
Following the traffic, okay?
Don't mess with me.
Okay.
Don't mess with me.
Okay.
Let me go home.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, you've got a severely cut up hand, okay? You're bleeding there.
Really? Why?
Ma'am?
Why? Why do I have a severely cut up hand? Why?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah. Maybe it's because of them.
Okay, do me a favor.
Stop.
What?
Yeah.
All right, stay right here. Okay? I'm not playing games with you today. I'm not playing games.
I'm not playing games with anybody.
Okay, you need to calm down, all right?
Mister, you gonna read me my rights?
Stop.
Because guess what?
Stop.
You gonna read me my rights? Are you gonna read me my rights?
She still remembered enough to keep talking about her rights, which are usually read to suspects after they're arrested. When the officer tried to read her rights, she started screaming, saying she couldn't hear anything.
All right, ma'am, you're here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to read you your rights because you wish to have them too. Okay, you have the right to remain. Anything you say can be used.
She started banging her head against the back seat of a car, so the officer quickly stopped the vehicle to prevent her from hurting herself. One of the female officers tried to calm her down by telling her they would first take her to the hospital. That's when Julia somehow began to calm down. Otherwise, things could have escalated even more. Here, you truly appreciate how politely and calmly the female officer handled the situation.
No! You answer me! God! You answer me! Answer me! You answer me! You
Stop banging.
No.
Stop banging.
No!
Stop.
You let me out! You let me out! Because I'm not a bad person.
You're not a bad person. You're not a bad person.
This man right here? No.
Don't do that.
Stop. Let me out! Let me out!
Listen, I am trying to get it where we can take you to the hospital, but you need to calm down.
Really?
Yes. We're gonna go to the hospital right now, but don't start acting up on me again, okay?
Bravo 225, Sector 214, you can
Ma'am?
Don't do that.
Do not do that.
You let me go. What am I being charged with? What am I being charged with? You know what? You know how fucking on.
Julia Jones was charged with disorderly intoxication, battery on a law enforcement officer, and possession. Case number 3. On March 25, 2024, Florida sheriffs captured 30-year-old Amber McCann from Sanford, Florida. She had been caught taking items from Walmart without paying, but what seemed like a simple theft turned into something far darker, as deputies quickly realized there was more to her story than just stolen goods.
Is this your car over here?
No.
All right, would you come over here with me?
Where?
Over in this lane.
For what?
So, we're doing an investigation right now. Apparently somebody walked out with a
Car, put it in a random car?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
It's a state of Florida.
It's fun too. It's really fun.
Oh, going to jail is fun. Okay.
Bodycam footage shows that when the officer tried to investigate Amber McCann, she started the conversation by saying nothing was wrong. But when the officer told her that someone had reported her for putting her stuff in a random car, she admitted, yes, it was me. The person who reported the theft said McCann had put the stolen items into a vehicle and ran away when she noticed someone watching her.
So where's all your stuff you took out of the store? And
I just put it. I put it in a random car that was open.
In a random car that was open?
Yeah.
For what?
What do you mean for what? Because y'all was coming.
Or you didn't know?
Yeah, it's a game I was playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What for?
Just for the hell of it.
Okay. You got any ID on you?
No.
All right.
I left it in the car.
Which car?
The random car. I don't know what car it was.
What color was it?
Silver.
Silver. It's almost unbelievable when the officer asked her for her ID and she said it was also in the random car. McCann told the deputies that she was playing a game called 21, where someone grabs as much merchandise as possible from a store and walks out without paying, all while trying not to get caught. Deputies went to remove the stolen merchandise from the car after putting her into handcuffs.
What's your name?
It's Amber.
Okay.
And I don't find it funny. I'm just very bubbly.
Okay. Is the car yours or are you renting it?
I don't know whose car it was.
It's just some random person's
It's just a
car.
random car. Yeah, like if you walk up to this car.
Okay, how about
and
we
you
don't know?
You feel me? It's gonna
No,
be
I
open
don't.
or it's gonna be closed. You never know.
All right, we'll get that. We'll get that.
We'll get stop.
Give me leg checkers.
I have a hobble.
leg shackles.
Hey, I have a hobble. You do?
I was just trying to grab my phone.
We can do flex.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna put me in shackles? Are you serious?
So
Well, you have
got
a cast on your arm.
Exactly. And
Regular
I got
handcuffs.
scraped up knees too.
No one said they're going on your feet.
So what are y'all putting shackles on me for?
While removing the items, they discovered over $1,000 worth of stolen goods, including beauty products, home goods, dog food, and more. But they soon stumbled upon more than just shoplifting. In the back of the car, they found a glass pipe and a safe. But that wasn't all. They also discovered paraphernalia and more drugs hidden in the car. Deputies reported that they smelled a strong, distinct odor of marijuana coming from inside the vehicle. Moments after, the moment officers found drugs, marijuana, hashish, paraphernalia, alprazolam, and methamphetamine. They find prescription drugs, some in Amber's name, along with another safe in the car.
Oh, we got white crystals. We got white crystals, gobo pipe, and a safe.
Let me see.
This has white crystal in it. Oh.
Like every suspect, she too denied having stuff like this, but she had to face the consequences she created for herself. How ridiculous is it that even though her name was written on the drugs, she didn't think for 1 second that she couldn't escape law enforcement? Let's see what's inside that large safe the deputies found, shall we? What they discovered sent a chill through the room: an unloaded firearm and more drugs. It was like every step of the investigation was leading them deeper into a dark corner, one they were sure the suspect couldn't escape.
He doesn't even have a safe.
Well, there's a safe in the trunk, so.
It can't be his. What's all that stuff on the top of the thing?
What?
What's all that stuff?
Stuff that was in the trunk.
Who's safe? That's not his safe. He doesn't even own a safe.
Did you have anything in the back of the car in the trunk?
I had my purse and the shit I stole.
What do you mean?
So you don't sniff
You don't inhale it? Citrulline?
Once McCann was secured by deputies, she changed her story and said the car was not a random vehicle. Instead, she said it was a rental car that belonged to her boyfriend. In the Bodycam video, McCann can be heard telling deputies that her boyfriend doesn't know that she steals. She added that her boyfriend is older than her and wouldn't be playing shoplifting games. Amber McCann was charged with grand theft for shoplifting after the store manager revealed the stolen items were worth over $1,000. But that wasn't the end of it. Deputies found more. McCann faced drug charges for possession of marijuana, hashish, drug paraphernalia, alprazolam, and trafficking methamphetamine. The bond was set at $34,000, but as of now, McCann remains behind bars, facing the consequences of her actions. With that being said, let's move on to our last case for this video. But before that, please subscribe to Bodycam Reveal. Case number 4. On April 22, 2024, 49-year-old Ida Ann Lorenzo found herself at the center of a tense encounter. The incident began 2 days earlier, on April 20th, at a St. George, Utah eatery, where she confronted a young woman. The argument escalated quickly, and parts of it were caught on camera. But what happened next?
These little girls have continued to incite a mob, and I've been harassed all day. Not only did they took it down from St. George Post and her Facebook, but now she put it on Instagram and now she put it on TikTok.
Okay.
The suspect told police that the woman and her friends recorded part of the incidents and posted it on social media with the tagline Karen. She told police that she confronted a young woman at a restaurant who was wearing explicit clothing that exposed her private parts in the presence of children. Lorenzo told law enforcement that she felt it was her responsibility to address the woman and claimed she tried to pull the woman's skirt down to cover the exposed genitalia.
Charges can happen. You're hanging out, your private parts are hanging out in private in front of minors. It's not something that you should take lightly, like cover up. But it doesn't give them the right to disseminate my information publicly like that and to try to harass me to the extent that I've been having it.
It's complicated to determine if Lorenzo acted this way because she believed the girl was a minor, or if there was another reason she mentioned it earlier in the video. The officer asked why Lorenzo, who assumed the young female was a minor, thought it was appropriate to touch her. Lorenzo responded that she never touched the woman, only her skirt. The next day, on April 23rd, the officer spoke with the victim, who stated that Lorenzo confronted her while her back was turned.
Did that, and then she touches me, or she does that, and then she says, "You're underage, you should probably hide that. If you think I'm underage, why are you touching a minor at all? Especially if you think I don't have underwear on."
Yeah, the logic wasn't there.
Without any warning, she felt cold hands go up her skirt, touching her buttocks before her skirt was pulled on. The victim said she was startled by the encounter and felt violated. Additionally, 7 other witnesses came forward and provided written statements.
And the second time she came up, she touched both their hips and squeezed that, like pinched us, and said she was going to call Child Protective Services if she saw. And then the rest was on video.
I saw the video, and I think 57,000 other people saw it too.
Yeah.
And it looked like she got up and said something to her husband or the dude that she was with, handed him something, and then she just sassily walked right up to her, and I don't think she said anything. She just pulled the skirt down, then says something.
The victim also clarified that she was wearing underwear and shorts beneath her skirt, making it impossible for her to have been exposing herself. The officer the next day talked with Lorenzo and had the evidence with the CCTV footage of the place where she touched the teen inappropriately over her miniskirt.
Okay, so I told you I'd do a full investigation if they came forward, right? So they came forward with their side of the story, I only had yours. And the other aspect was, if she was exposed and there was a lewdness aspect, would I investigate it? Absolutely. And that was the other claim, right? Those are 2 little things. The electronic communication harassment we've addressed. Everything that's come in now is going to be from who knows where. They even mentioned, I don't even live in the country, some of these text messages that you're getting. Because of the claims made, and I have to protect victims, today you're going to be placed under arrest for sexual battery. Okay? So that's the unfortunate side of all this.
You're arresting me?
Yeah, right now you are under arrest, okay? So you'll just face my sergeant and you put your hands behind your back.
Okay. Just follow those instructions.
Lorenzo was charged with sexual battery as a Class A misdemeanor. She entered a plea in abeyance, no contest. Under the agreement, no sentence will be imposed for a year as long as she complies with the terms that she is not allowed to commit any crimes, she may not contact the victim, and she must undergo a mental health evaluation. A middle-aged woman called the police outside a convenience store. When the officers arrived, she explained that a woman had thrown a bottle at her car, hitting the side as she drove past.
She hit my car with a bottle.
She hit your car with a bottle?
Yeah. All I was doing was coming from downtown.
Where did she hit your car with the bottle?
I don't know, somewhere on the side.
When the officers approached the alleged offender, it was immediately obvious that she was intoxicated. She explained while pointing across the street that she had gone to the convenience store to buy alcohol.
Nothing to do with me. I've been stole from that store. I've never done anything to those people. They can call the cops and everybody. I went in there and bought alcohol 2 times.
However, she had been trespassed from the store and wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. While the officer tried to make sense of her rambling and attempted to calm her down, he mentioned that he seemed to recall meeting her before. However, the woman's emotions shifted rapidly, cycling from one extreme to the next.
I know I've met you before, I just can't remember what your name is.
Doesn't matter. I don't have no f***ing warrant.
That's fine.
I don't even mess with people.
Okay.
I'm sick of people f***ing with me.
The officer then proceeded to ask her for her identification. The officer gave an initial warning instructing the woman to step back and stop moving toward him. When a backup officer arrived, he also advised the suspect to stay calm, pointing out her apparent intoxication.
Out of the road. Get out of the road.
I'm out of order.
Okay.
See the line?
To address, it has nothing to do with the store, okay?
Well, it has to do with something calling them on me.
Hey, ma'am, 1 second, let him talk. Just let him talk. Just let him talk.
The officer recognized the suspect having encountered her multiple times before. This was not his first experience dealing with her. The sergeant explained to Heather that although she was trespassed from the property, she wouldn't be arrested since the officers didn't witness her on the premises. However, she would be issued another trespass warning for being there.
So there's another issue. I need to go talk to the person who has this issue real quick. Officer Schramm, stand by with her for a minute for me.
I'm sick of people calling police on me. I don't even like y'all.
Listen, did you relax for a second?
The police
stop,
on me.
relax for a second.
I'm not even a
Relax
thief.
for a second. I'm not saying that.
I'm the wrong one to focus on.
Listen, what I'm saying is...
Ain't there other shit to deal with?
Right now, I have to talk to you.
I'm sick of being harassed.
Okay.
There's nothing to arrest me for.
Okay then, relax.
Why don't you relax?
As you can tell,
And
I'm
people
very
call
relaxed.
police on you.
I'm very relaxed.
Because you got a badge, you are
I
relaxed.
am very relaxed, thank you.
Because you got a badge on.
Since the officers were struggling to determine whether the damage to the vehicle was caused by Heather or something else, they decided to ask her if she recalled any interactions with the white painted car. However, this question would quickly prove to be a mistake. Just when the officers thought the situation couldn't get any more dramatic, Heather escalated things by spitting at one of them.
That's all it is. You're not going to jail.
Why are they gonna let me on, let me off, and then call me whenever the f they want? You said some white car. There are white cars everywhere.
Okay, did I tell you this specific white car?
All I heard was a white car.
Okay, because you're not listening. I pointed. See that car right there that the officer is standing by? You see it?
Gotta prove your shit. Stop proving. Stop lying.
She spit on you?
Yes, she did.
She can go to jail.
What am I?
So now you're going for battery, Leo, because
I said there's a camera right. I did nothing to you.
Relax.
You're gonna take my phone?
Yes, actually.
Cameras everywhere.
That's fine.
This action resulted in her immediate arrest for the battery of a law enforcement officer. One might assume this would make Heather realize the seriousness of her actions, but instead, she continued hurling insults at the officers as they escorted her to the police vehicle. After transporting Heather to the jail, officers conducted a mandatory search. This step ensures the safety of both the officers and the detainees, as well as the compliance with standard procedures.
I need you to get out of the car, or I'm going to have to get
my head again?
I need you to get out of the car. I need you to get out of the car.
You're arresting me for no reason.
Step back.
Hit my head.
She needs to.
You're violating my rights.
Heather was officially charged with battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest with violence. It's important to note that she remains innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life encounters captured on camera. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. For the next case, we have a routine traffic stop in Palm Beach. A woman driving against the flow of a one-way street became the center of a rapidly escalating law enforcement intervention. Case number 2. In a shopping area, officers noticed a car driving the wrong way, creating a potential danger for other vehicles and pedestrians. Law enforcement approached the driver to help guide her out of the situation, stressing the importance of correcting her direction to avoid an accident.
No, you're
Ma'am,
not.
you have to back up.
I'm
Please
telling
thank
you, you're not. No, you are not. You are going to reverse and go the right way. You're driving the wrong way on the wrong side of the road. All the what people? Ma'am, your nose on with somebody right now.
Despite repeated instructions, the driver, later identified as Sarah, refused to comply. She appeared disoriented and seemed unable to understand the seriousness of the situation. Despite repeated instructions, the driver remained non-compliant, appearing disoriented and unable to understand the seriousness of the situation.
Ma'am, there are children on the roadway. Please make a U-turn and go this way. Please. No, you're in drive. Please turn around.
Please turn around. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Please reverse and go this way, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please go that way. Ma'am, we have a vehicle that's going the wrong way, refusing to turn around.
Her resistance increased tensions as officers worked quickly to resolve the matter. prioritizing safety for everyone nearby. The woman's failure to follow warnings led to police action, ultimately resulting in her being taken into custody. The police, tasked with managing the protest and ensuring public safety, were on high alert.
Ma'am, if you don't move your car when a police car gets here, we're going to remove you from your vehicle and take you to Palm Beach County Jail. Step out of the car, please.
The woman, feeling overwhelmed by the heightened tensions, claimed she was mishandled during her interaction with law enforcement. Although no physical altercations were recorded, the woman, influenced by the stressful environment, felt overwhelmed and claimed she was mishandled during her interaction with law enforcement.
You're arresting me for what? For what? I need to go home. My dog needs food.
For you to go, because if you didn't, you were going to go to jail when the car got here, and the car got here.
Well, I want to go.
It's too late now.
No, I'm not going in the fucking car. I can't do anything with my... Okay, I'm sorry. I can't do anything with my hands behind my back.
Your ears. He's speaking to you. Can you listen to him? He's been nothing but respectful. Just listen.
The officers suspected the woman might be under the influence and decided to administer a field sobriety test, which would be a serious offense if confirmed. Feeling wronged and eager to return home to her responsibilities, including caring for her dog, her frustration grew. The woman expressed a mix of emotional and physical complaints, claiming mistreatment and misunderstanding by the officers. During her interactions with law enforcement, she admitted to making a wrong decision that day.
You are killing me right now in the middle of the fucking street. Get me out of here.
Okay,
you are gonna fucking see me.
We just said we were gonna
No, it's not funny. Get off my arm. Stop touching me, or I'm gonna fucking report violence. Please.
What was your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, listen.
Please get this the fuck off of me. I'm sick.
Sarah.
Understanding these emotional responses is important for both officers and those involved in such situations. After several attempts by the officers to calm the woman, she intentionally stepped on one of their feet. She was then arrested for DUI and battery on a law enforcement officer. As the officers tried to place her in the police vehicle, the situation quickly escalated.
Can you stop?
I will fuck you.
Did she stop your foot? Okay, see, we're not doing that, the field sobrieties. Right now, you're under arrest for DUI.
No, I'm not.
And you're under arrest for battery on a law enforcement officer.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You just stopped his foot. That's battery.
She's out of the car. She's out of the car.
She's out of the car. She's out of the car. She's out of the car.
Hey, stop. We're working against
She's out of
us.
the car.
I'm good.
Wait.
I'm good.
Wait.
Do not.
Hatfield, get out.
Wait. Stop.
Get out. Fuck.
Hold on. Hatfield, get out.
Don't resist.
Hatfield, get out. We have to.
Get off of me.
Now you're getting a resistance
Ow! I don't even have.
After being transported to the station, the woman was offered an opportunity to explain her side of the events. Instead of providing her account, she resorted to insulting and calling the officers who arrested her insulting names. After being transported to the station, the woman requested medical attention, claiming she had mental injuries.
Well, I'm going to review his footage afterwards, but I want to hear it from your words what happened. So
I'm sorry, but you need to lose your license. I've never been arrested in my entire life. Not you're drunk and this and that. And you know what? I have to drive this way to get off of the island to go home.
Yeah, no.
So that was a fucked up decision, but also it was fucked up on your part to ever fucking touch me, sir.
Well,
now I would
let a doctor in this facility.
Well, I need to speak with a doctor right now.
While immediate medical intervention wasn't available, she was assured that appropriate resources would be provided. Refusing to comply with this test has serious consequences under local law, including an automatic suspension of driving privileges and possible misdemeanor charges. As the night went on, the woman was informed that she should be transferred to the county jail due to her actions, including the initial traffic violation and her refusal to comply with the breathalyzer test.
I've never done this before. I stepped on your toe.
It's on footage. It's on footage. You asked, I told you.
Like, do I fucking look like I'm get out of
your wrist
this?
like you're praying.
Get the fuck! Stop!
Ma'am, I'm loosening you. What do you want? What do you
want
want?
it loose? I'm loosening it for you. What are you going for?
I need them looser.
I'm trying.
Get the fuck out of my face.
No, I'm present with him. Because
No.
you're gonna start saying we're doing things we're not doing. I'm here with him. He's gonna
All right,
fix
No,
it.
It's loose,
you
right?
Get the fuck out of my
No,
face.
Ma'am, is it loose?
Can you stop moving so we can
Can you
fix
do
it?
this one?
All right, give me a
Am I
second.
really gonna get out of them?
You already did on single pair earlier, so.
Shut the fuck up. Fuck.
Okay, the one said you always want to do it. I'm just trying to make you laugh.
I mean,
okay?
you're kind of hot. He's way hotter than you, by the way. You have a lot of work to do.
Well,
Yeah, you have
I'm
a
young,
lot of
so
work
I got a lot
to
of
do.
time.
Yeah, you're young and you fucking suck.
Thank you.
Additionally, she faced charges of resisting arrest and battery on a law enforcement officer, the latter stemming from an alleged physical altercation during the initial stop. The officers, maintaining professionalism but firm in their duty, prepared her for transfer. As she was escorted out of the station toward the waiting police vehicle, the seriousness of her situation was clear. What began as a simple drive home quickly turned into a series of decisions that would have a major impact on her immediate future. By the end of the evening, she was transported to the county jail to await further processing. On the 17th of July 2019, Oklahoma police officers arrested a 65-year-old woman, Deborah Hamill, after she resisted arrest and refused to sign an $80 ticket for a broken taillight.
Well, I don't want to sign it because I don't want to do $80.
Bodycam footage showed the officer approaching Hamill after noticing her broken tail light. When the officer began questioning her, Hamill explained that her car had been hit 6 months ago, but the damage wasn't as bad as it looked, and the car was still drivable. The officer reminded her that it's illegal to drive with a broken taillight, as taillights help other drivers see the vehicle, ensuring safe travel in the dark.
So what's going on with your truck?
It's been hit, and we're waiting to see if I can't find a bed for it. It's drivable.
Yeah, but it's not legal because you got to bust a taillight.
However, the officer checked her identity, driver's license, and insurance to see if everything was in order. A few seconds later, the officer returned to Hamill and advised her to at least fix the taillight, warning that the white lights could blind other drivers in the dark. Instead of complying and resolving the issue, Hamill started offering weak excuses. The situation escalated when the officer handed her an $80 ticket to sign, but she refused.
I don't think red tape's going to help you there. You don't have enough plastic to tape over.
Well, you know, I kind of hate to buy one if I'm going to get the whole bed and it's going to have everything on it. No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All right.
That's all you want
Go ahead
to
and
do.
step out of the car.
Why?
Because you're under arrest. Step out.
I don't think I deserve to pay $80 for something that can be fixed, she argued. She then told the officer she would be fair with him and accused him of being full of nonsense. It's really hard to understand why people misbehave with officers even when it's their fault. When she refused to sign the ticket, the officer ordered her to step out of the car because she was under arrest. However, like many other suspects, she disobeyed the officer's command and locked her car's doors and windows. Even when the officer informed her that she was under arrest, she turned it around and disrespectfully said, "No, I'm not under arrest."
You be fair with me and I'll be fair with you.
Step out.
No.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
She escalated the situation herself by fleeing the scene in her car. The officer, however, wanted her not to take off, but she stubbornly did so. The cop chased after her, turning on the blue lights and sirens of his patrol car to make her stop. After a few miles, she stopped her car but didn't step out of it. Hamill resisted multiple commands to step out of her car, leaving the officer with no choice but to physically drag her from the vehicle.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
You better leave me!
Put your hands behind your back!
During her arrest, she fell to the ground while struggling against the officer. Despite repeated warnings, she refused to cooperate, and when she continued to resist, the officer eventually had to taser her. Hamill attempted to kick the officer while shouting, "You better leave me alone," but fortunately, the officer successfully managed to handcuff her.
Put your hands behind your back!
She did feel guilty for what she had done, knowing it was wrong. The arrest was made on charges of assault and battery on a police officer and felony resisting arrest. Before moving on to our second case, make sure you're subscribed to Bodycam Reveal. In October 2023, a 9-year-old black girl, Bobby Wilson, was racially profiled after her white neighbor, Gordon Lashy, called the police while she was trying to kill spotted lanternflies, an invasive species that imperils trees. Officers received a 911 call in which Gordon can be heard saying, "There's a little black woman walking, spraying stuff on the sidewalks and trees on Elizabeth and Florence. I don't know what the hell she's doing. It scares me though." Moreover, he added that she's a real small woman.
There's a little black woman walking and spraying stuff on the sidewalks and trees. I don't know what the hell she's doing. It scares me though.
Police body camera footage shows an officer from the Caldwell Police Department responding to the call. As he approaches the young girl, he asks what's going on. The 9-year-old explains how she's treating the grass with a spray to protect against an invasive species of lanternflies. When the officer spoke to the girl, her mother, Monique Joseph, approached. The officer explained everything to Joseph and reassured her that her daughter was completely fine. Joseph was shocked to learn that a neighbor who had lived next to them for the past 8 years had called 911 on her 9-year-old daughter.
What's that? Oh, what are you using the sponsor? You're trying to catch him? Someone just called in and said that she was alone spraying something on the grass. I see that. Oh, you know Gordon? Okay. Yeah. What's your address?
12 Elizabeth.
12?
Right there.
Okay.
Yes, I'm saying we are.
You're obviously next door neighbors.
Yeah. I yelled at one of his right.
This incident traumatized Bobby. It's truly hard to understand how someone can be so racist that they even express hatred towards children. Children are innocent, and targeting them with such discrimination is extremely wrong.
No, you're not in trouble.
How many did you kill? How many trees did you save?
They're bad. They're all over the place.
He should be happy.
Really...
After the incident, Miss Joseph and her older daughter, Hayden, spoke out about the incident in front of the Caldwell Town Council. They described how her neighbor had unnecessarily put her daughter in harm's way. She said in an interview, "Racism, intentional or not, is still racism." What's your point of view in this case? Do let us know in the comment section below. On the 1st of April 2021, Fort Lauderdale police officers took Luba Bozanich into custody following a racist rant inside a South Florida Walgreens. Bodycam footage shows an officer approaching Bozanich after Fort Lauderdale police were called to a Walgreens in Southeast following a heated confrontation between customers. As soon as the officer approached her, he handcuffed her for spitting on him, rather than feeling ashamed for her actions. Bozanich claimed she had been verbally abused. However, being verbally abused does not give anyone the right to spit on another person.
Typical man to say that.
Ma'am, no weapons on you or anything like that?
No, here.
No, that's okay. Stand up for me, please.
No.
Just make sure you don't have any weapons on you.
Look, I don't even
I
have
don't know.
pockets.
Turn around. I don't want to touch you.
I don't have pockets.
Okay. Under arrest for battery.
I didn't do any battery.
No, when you spit on people, that's battery.
No, I did not. Listen, he verbally abused me.
Well, that doesn't give you the right to spit on him. That's what.
She was so stubborn at first, but she didn't resist the arrest. However, she verbally hurt them. All the drama started when Nala Umbaid and her husband were checking out at Walgreens when Bozanich walked in without a mask. An employee asked her to put one on, and that's when Umbaid and Bozanich started yelling and ranting about Muslims. She used a racial slur and commented on Umbaid's hijab. The body cam footage showed Bozanich apologizing, saying she's not a racist and telling people God bless you after the couple refused to let the officers arrest her. The officer said to Bozanich, God bless them, because if it was up to me, you'd be going to jail. The officer ultimately released her, but did you all notice her behavior in the end? She still didn't show any shame for what she was doing.
Well, I'll get a good attorney.
God bless you.
Yep, God bless me, God, because I'm a Christian.
Instead of reflecting on her actions, she continued to act as if she had done nothing inappropriate. It's concerning to see how easily she dismissed the entire situation as if her behavior had no real consequences. She should have been thankful that the victim forgave her for what she did. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comment section below. On December 13th, 2021, in the state capital of Tallahassee, the suspect, Autumn Marie, trespassed into an apartment building and slept on the couch. Bodycam footage shows the officer approaching a woman who didn't seem fully aware at first, as she had just woken up when the officer got to her. The officer asked her about her identity several times, but she only remembered she was in the wrong place after she came to her senses.
That's the police department. And you got your ID on you? No, you're going to tell us your first name. We can do this easy way, hard way. It's up to you.
She then told the officer she had to leave, but the officer stopped her for further investigation. To make her feel comfortable, the officer told her they didn't have a warrant for her arrest. They just wanted to make sure she was okay. However, she didn't cooperate and insisted she had to go to her bedroom, saying she had accidentally fallen asleep there and tried to end the investigation. The officer calmly warned her not to resist, explaining that she would face serious consequences if she did. Still, she refused to comply with the officer's requests.
No, I actually did that today.
From where?
My girlfriend's house. I just ordered.
Okay, then get my officer your first name.
Nothing.
Huh?
She ignored the officer's commands multiple times, even after being warned. She didn't even give her first name and told them she had left her ID card at her girlfriend's house. When the woman kept resisting giving her ID, a security guard stepped in to help the officer and identified her as Marie.
You said she's been trespassed before by officers and everything? You got the case number?
Yes, sir. I was just contacting my supervisor.
She wanted to leave the situation, but the officer firmly sat her down on the couch, making it clear she couldn't go anywhere until the investigation was finished. When the officer learned about Marie's previous trespassing reports, she tried to escape and resisted so much that the officer struggled to handcuff her.
Hey, ma'am, sit down. You're not free to go right now. Sit down. Seriously, you're about to go in cuffs if you don't sit down. Yes, you're being detained.
For an investigation.
What type of investigation?
A trespassing.
Let go of me.
Turn around. Stop. Stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop resisting.
After that, she made weak excuses, like needing to go to the bathroom and trying to find a way to escape again. But law enforcement wasn't going to let that happen. If they released her this time, she would likely do it again and be a problem for others. She started yelling at the officers and kicked them multiple times, even though they warned her not to make things worse. At one point, she even spat on one of the officers and bit another. Her actions were only making things worse for herself.
Just excuse me.
Yeah. Seriously? I just have to pee. Can I please pee?
You just kicked me?
Can I pee? Wait, just asking if I can use the restroom. Sir, we walk in the restroom.
You're under arrest.
That's definitely not happening.
Even after all her mistakes, she didn't stop. While being arrested on the escalator, she repeatedly spat on the officer several more times. She was charged with 3 counts of battery on an officer, 1 count of resisting an officer with violence, and 1 count of trespassing. On top of that, she was also wanted in Georgia for allegedly stealing a car. Before moving on to our next case, make sure you're subscribed to Bodycam Reveal. In Ocala, Florida, at the local Hooters restaurant, officers received a call about a fight between customers and servers. Officers arrested 61-year-old Robert Dubett for assault. Bodycam footage shows the moment the officer arrived at the restaurant and met with the employee at the counter. The employee informed the officer that a customer had slapped one of the servers, and several people had recorded videos of the incident.
How you doing, brother? I take it, did you see anything, or do you know someone who might have seen something?
They all have the video of the dude smacking one of my servers and then getting smacked back.
Where's that video at?
When the officer asked about the video, he approached the server who had been assaulted.
I was recording it, and they both hit the phone out of my hand. And the guy in the green shirt, he actually attacked me, and that's when all the guys started fighting.
The guy in the green shirt that took off from the bar?
Yes, he put his hands on me worse, but one of the guys out there put his hands on me too.
Okay,
I have both of them on video.
It wasn't just one customer involved. Another person had also participated in hitting the server. In the recorded video of the fight, you can see the suspect, Robert Dubett. When he realized he was being recorded, he suddenly struck the staff member and her phone.
Embarrassing yourself. I'm getting ready to slap that phone out of the you was.
The officer then questioned Robert, who denied hitting anyone. However, there were visible marks on his fist, suggesting otherwise. Robert explained to the officer that he had some issues with the restaurant's service and wanted a meeting with the management, but claimed the staff yelled at him and refused to cooperate.
He did nothing, and she just kept running her mouth.
Okay.
So it just kind of escalated from there. There's a couple other employees that ran their mouth in there and stuff. I didn't hit anybody. I did nothing.
How'd you end up with that?
It's not, I don't think it's my hand. It may have been, well, I guess it is my hand.
Yeah.
But I didn't hit anybody.
Officers arrested Robert after watching the phone recordings and CCTV footage from the restaurant, which clearly showed him hitting the server.
I appreciate you working with us, okay?
Like this to block her.
I know that.
You got pushed into her.
I know that.
The idiot's behind.
I know that. You know that.
Despite the recordings and clear evidence, he still refused to admit that he hit somebody. Robert Dubett was charged with 1 count of simple battery. But do you think we should treat servers like this? Even though they made some mistakes, that doesn't mean we should hit somebody. Miami International Airport on March 31st, 2023. The crew of a Frontier Airlines flight from Florida to Pennsylvania reported an incident involving a woman who got into an argument with a fellow passenger.
They don't want to get off. They don't want to get off.
You guys, I don't know why she got kicked off. This is my friend.
I'm an Army veteran. I know how to conduct myself.
Flight attendants asked the woman, identified as Simone Kim, to leave the plane, but she allegedly refused to deplane. As a result, the crew called the police. When officers arrived, Kim and her friend eventually left the aircraft, but engaged in a heated argument with the police while being detained in handcuffs.
Put your bags in the front. Take off the purse. Take off the purse.
Why are you going to
Take off your purse.
I'm not comfortable. Relax.
Kim explained that she is retired, a retired veteran in fact, and insisted that she knows how to conduct herself. Faced with a defiant suspect, police used various de-escalation tactics to restore order. Their main goal was to minimize disruptions to the flight and safely remove Simone from the airport.
What's wrong with you?
Because you're making me uncomfortable.
Calm down.
No.
You're under arrest.
For what? You're not.
You're not one acting
Look at my
crazy.
arm. Look at my arm.
Because you're acting crazy.
No, I came off the plane by myself. You didn't come and get me off the plane.
Lady, we already told you you were under arrest.
No, you did not. They told me I had to get off the plane.
However, her resistance only made the situation more difficult. At one point, Kim even asked for a photo of herself in handcuffs to share on social media.
My photos? No, take a picture. I need a picture. I am being responsible. I need a picture of my Instagram so they know I'm not home at my party tonight that I have to be at that I got paid $3,000 for. Thank you.
From someone claiming to be a veteran, her behavior was in stark contrast to the Army's code of conduct. Her repeated attempts to resist and even harm the officers led to them to use physical force to restrain her. When officers attempted to remove Kim from the jetway, she resisted by dragging her legs, forcing them to pick her up to continue the removal.
I got it, Ben. Got it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's not going to stop me. I'm just going to sue you. Because I feel very mishandled. I've been by military police officers.
As the officers carried Kim down the stairs, she continued to resist, knocking an officer's body camera onto the staircase. They carried her across the tarmac and placed her in a patrol car, securing her with both handcuffs and leg restraints.
Excuse me, sir, when I board from here, they give me that. When I board, when I go to the bathroom, excuse me, can I raise my hand and talk, or are you going to talk over me? Can I talk now? When you board the airplane, they give you, here, I can help you. When you board the airplane.
She doesn't want to get it. She said.
According to the officers, Kim was kicking, spitting, and even attempting to bite one of them during the process. Even while restrained in the back of a police vehicle, Kim continued to use her veteran status, gender, and race to justify her actions. However, the officers remained firm, asserting their authority and maintaining control of the situation. Kim faced multiple charges, including battery on a police officer, resisting an officer with violence, assault on a police officer, and trespassing. Additionally, she received a lifetime ban from Frontier Airlines. She was released on bond and is expected to appear in court at the end of the month. Case number 2. On January 17, 2022, an anonymous woman was stopped for driving 54 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone.
You were speeding. Turn the vehicle off and get out of the car. Out of the car now.
While conducting a routine patrol on the Pensacola Bay Bridge, an officer noticed the speeding vehicle and decided to pull it over, unaware of the unexpected encounter that awaited him.
You are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle, young lady.
After being informed of the reason for the stop, the woman insisted she had done nothing wrong. When asked for her driver's license, she made the shocking claim that she was not required to have one to drive a car, something that seemed straight out of a movie.
You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive a car.
Yes, you did.
While the officer asked her to step out of the vehicle, she refused and demanded to speak with his supervisor, claiming to know her rights. But does she? The woman's claims are delusional. She insisted that she doesn't need a driver's license because the car is not commercial.
Either you step out the vehicle, I will remove you from the vehicle.
I know my rights. Did you hear what I said? You need to get a supervisor.
No, you need to step out the vehicle right now.
The officer, initially amused, is taken aback when she says she could teach him the law. Her claim is that it's natural and constitutional right to drive without a license as long as the vehicle is not used commercially are completely absurd. The officer, shocked by her audacity, calls for his sergeant after she refuses to provide her details. When the sergeant arrives and is briefed on the situation, he shows far less patience than the initial officer.
I know my rights.
What right is that?
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with? Or else what?
I know my rights.
If I don't call supervisor, or else what?
I guess we're not going to go anywhere then.
Hey.
What is your name and badge number?
I already told you my name. It's Officer Banks.
What is your badge number?
It's Officer Banks.
So, you do need a license to drive the vehicle. And you do have to identify yourself to these officers. You're wrong, but okay.
I know common law, natural law.
I don't care about common law. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida.
It doesn't matter what state
it does matter.
I'm in the U.S.
Unfortunately for this woman, her imagined laws don't apply in Florida, and she's detained. Once in the back of the seat of the patrol car, she surprisingly asks if she can call her mom. Her request to call her mother reveals much about her character and upbringing. It suggests a pattern of avoiding responsibility and being shielded from consequences. Confronted with the reality of her situation, her demeanor shifts significantly.
You were speeding. Turn the vehicle off and get out of the car. Out of the car now. Undo the seatbelt.
Turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now. Turn
I
around.
do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Well, then you can tell that to the judge if you end up going to jail. You should know that this conversation's over there.
I need to call.
Have a seat.
I need to call somebody. Yes, I do.
You call somebody from Santa Rosa County Jail.
Excuse me?
You call somebody from Santa Rosa County Jail, you're under arrest.
It's not a game. This is my rights as a,
It's not your rights.
citizen.
It's not your rights.
Yes, it is.
And she becomes suddenly cooperative, as if the situation weren't already chaotic. A background check reveals that she has an outstanding warrant for failing to appear in court. With multiple inconsistencies in her story, the situation took a serious turn when the officer inspecting her car uncovered ammunition, but no firearm.
Sergeant Turner, please
Yes.
just let me go home.
No.
Why?
Because you do not have a valid driver's license. So you had a court date that you missed. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Drugs inside the vehicle, you are under arrest now for possession of felony narcotics.
I didn't give y'all permission to search my vehicle.
Your vehicle's being towed. We're inventorying it. We're not searching it.
In a not so shocking turn of events, the officers discover a plastic bag of white powder, which unsurprisingly turns out to be cocaine. The woman is finally arrested for possession of cocaine, adding to her existing charges of DUI and operating a motor vehicle without a valid license. In our next case, we're shifting gears from ground level chaos to mile high mayhem. But before that, make sure you're subscribed to Bodycam Reveal. Case number 3. December 13th, 2021 started like any other day for Officer James Mitchell and his partner. However, a seemingly routine trespassing call quickly turned into a chaotic and unpredictable situation.
Hey, you got your ID on you? Is it in that purse by chance? It is not. We can do this easy way, hard way. It's up to you. What is your first name, my lady?
She claims she was watching a skateboarding show on TV, but fell asleep. The situation escalated quickly as the woman, refusing to cooperate, grew increasingly agitated. Recognizing the need to regain control, Officer Mitchell moved to place her in handcuffs.
I'm just not interested in doing that.
Understandable, but this ain't a bedroom.
Oh, okay, I'm going to my bedroom.
Where's your bedroom?
I'm not interested in doing it right now. Okay, no, thank you, sir. I had the skateboarding on and I fell asleep. I apologize. Can you please listen to me like that?
I'm not trying to intimidate you or anything, but
I can use that shit.
not yet.
I really do.
I don't. Not right now.
Alright, I'm down.
No, stop.
Please don't touch me.
Go sit back over there.
Please don't touch me.
Go sit back over there.
Please don't touch me. Seriously?
If you don't sit down, we'll put you in cuffs.
Seriously? Let go of me.
Turn around. Stop. Stop. Yeah. Stop resisting. Stop.
Seriously, let go of me.
No.
I got you.
Okay, why?
While in the elevator, the suspect attempted to negotiate an alternative to being escorted. However, at the same moment, she escalated the situation further by spitting on an officer.
You're not trying to fight me. No, you're under arrest.
For what? For what?
Go underneath.
What am I under arrest for is what I'm asking. Yeah, I can walk if he doesn't put me right.
No.
Listen.
Spitting, you're not going to get a chance. You understand? Don't spit on him. Stop.
The suspect was charged with trespassing, resisting an officer with violence, and battery on an officer. The infamous Boohoo Karen, whose public meltdown at an airport escalated into a chaotic scene.
You deserve a woman in a dress! Boo-hoo!
Denied flight access, she demanded to see the manager and fought with a fellow passenger, creating the viral sensation that earned her the nickname Boohoo Karen. On May 25th, 2021, officers responded to a report of a woman causing a public disturbance at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport after being denied boarding on her flight. The woman, identified as Terry Ann Blues, was dubbed Boohoo Karen after a viral video showed her crazily screaming while demanding to see the manager at the airport.
This lady has been being rowdy passengers. We told her to calm down.
Ma'am, let's go over here. Ma'am.
I'm a woman
over here.
in a dress!
Ma'am, let's go over here.
Despite the officer's efforts to calm her down, Terry Ann Blues only grew more restless, escalating the situation further. Terry Ann Blues forced her way through the airport doors, pushing passengers and staff.
You saw it! You saw it!
Ma'am.
You saw it!
Ma'am.
In response, another passenger pushed her back to prevent her from crossing the door. Terry, however, claimed she was placed in a chokehold, which only increased her anger. To make matters worse, she had already been denied boarding.
Didn't do anything wrong, I promise you.
We're not saying you are. We just need you to calm down so we can talk to you, okay? That's all.
Let's go have a seat. Come on. They all saw it. They all saw it. Okay. He's still there.
When officers made further attempts to de-escalate the situation, Blues started yelling, directing her anger at bystanders in the airport for not assisting her. Her erratic behavior may be a possible intoxication, a suspicion she confirmed by admitting to have been drinking at the airport bar.
Here, okay. Here, get some water. Yeah, don't care about my shit. I don't care. I just want to go home.
As Blues was escorted out of the airport, officers had to physically restrain her arms and legs due to her refusal to cooperate. Despite their efforts, she remained visibly distressed and even kicked an officer while being escorted out.
Damn you, fuckers!
Ma'am.
Ah! Put my legs down!
Keep kicking me.
Oh, fucking A! Oh my god!
Blues' disruptive behavior escalated further as officers attempted to place her inside the police car. Her continued resistance left them with no choice but to physically lift her into the vehicle.
Fuck you, lawyer! God damn it, help me! Please! Somebody film this!
Terry!
God damn it, leave me alone! You fucking asshole!
Once at the police station, she refused to cooperate. According to the police report, a search of Blues' belongings revealed 2 green bottles containing a leafy green substance, a container filled with unidentified pills, and a pouch with a glass pipe. The 62-year-old was arrested and charged with public intoxication, resisting arrest, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of marijuana, and obstruction during search and transportation. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life encounters captured on camera. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. If you thought Boohoo Karen was crazy, then you don't know about this next case. On January 8, 2023, 30-year-old Karina was removed from an airplane for assaulting the airline employees. Upon the arrival of the police, she was observed fleeing to the airport's bathroom.
We're gonna be here with you the whole time. You did not have anything to drink today.
I am not being out of control.
Because you can fly if you haven't had anything to drink and they think you're safe to fly.
However, what's next is no less than a nightmare for the officers. Karina claims that she had been harassed and treated unfairly by the airline staff. She says she wasn't aggressive but left the plane calmly to avoid causing a scene. The next few moments show the officers trying to convince Karina. They suggest that if she approaches the airline politely, she might get her seat back on the plane.
No, I'm gonna call a lawyer.
For what?
Before I answer any more questions, I'm gonna call a lawyer.
Did you have anything to eat?
I'm gonna call a lawyer. Before I answer any questions, I'm gonna call a lawyer. I'm just asking. I'm trying. I literally, because I offended somebody's feelings, doesn't mean I should get.
This encourages her to leave the stall, but her cooperation stops as soon as the officers ask her a specific question. Her slurred speech and disoriented state answered all the questions. As a result, the police decided to act quickly and placed her in handcuffs.
And screaming and causing a disturbance.
I'm not doing any of that. Wait, no, I want to witness.
As Karina was being escorted to the patrol car, her behavior quickly worsened, turning violent before they even reached the vehicle. Getting Karina into a patrol vehicle proves to be a huge task for the officers, as she adamantly refuses to cooperate.
I don't want him touching me. I don't want him touching me. I said I don't want him touching me.
Do not kick the officers.
Do not kick an officer.
Okay, so I have to email officers that escort me like I asked. That's a simple.
Do not kick an officer.
Despite their persistent efforts, she remains unresponsive and uncooperative. When Karina was brought back to the police station, she continued to resist, making the process of taking her fingerprints and reading her charges more challenging. Her refusal to cooperate during these procedures lead to additional charges.
I didn't look at anything you said. I don't need to take. She gave my handcuffs off and I got it.
Facing several charges, Karina found herself in legal trouble, accused of assaulting a public servant, public intoxication, and resisting arrest. The consequences of her actions meant she would likely spend at least the night in jail, giving her time to sober up from the alcohol. With that being said, let's move on to our next case. But before that, make sure you're subscribed to Bodycam Reveal. On July 8th, 2023, officers in Illinois responded to a call about a mother involved in a dispute with their son. While one officer spoke with the son to gather details about the domestic incident, the other stayed behind to interview Donna.
We're conducting an investigation. I need you to step out of the car. You're not going anywhere. Okay? You understand? Nope.
It didn't take long for Donna to start exhibiting classic Karen behavior. As you can imagine, the thought of getting arrested made Donna even less cooperative.
You asked me for some ID, yes or no?
Because you have your purse
I went to go get you some ID. Could I go get him some ID?
As if the arrest wasn't frustrating enough, Donna then pulls a move straight out of an elementary school and falls still. But Donna doesn't cooperate like an adult, forcing the officers to carry her to the police vehicle. Donna's actions got her nothing but a resisting arrest charge, adding to her already growing list of offenses.
I will go.
This is ma'am, you're under arrest right now.
Why?
You're under arrest
Why?
for domestic battery. I need you to stop tensing
Why?
up.
Once Donna was placed in the back of the police vehicle, she miraculously sprang back to life, suddenly becoming fully alert and aware of her surroundings.
Please tell me your name, officer. I'm sorry you are choking on your latte. Okay, we all know that everything in this car is taped. This female officer who has blonde hair in a bun and who has earrings that hang down to her shoulders, and I do not know her name.
Donna was arrested on 2 counts of domestic battery and resisting arrest. If convicted, she faces up to 2 years in jail and a fine up to $2,000. Tell us which Karen moment shocked you the most. What advice would you give someone who encounters a Karen in public? Which Karen moment do you think would make the best meme? Let us know in the comments below.